Yo, that SummerSlam main event was an all-timer. The ending was great. That main event alone. Let's go match bell to bell. That was one of the best SummerSlam main events I've ever seen. That was one of Cena's best matches. I'm going to say it of all time. I'm going to say it. It was definitely his best match since he went part-time. Since, Rumble 2017 with AJ Styles, which is probably his best match ever. It was insane. It was insane, and this is the match we should have got at SummerSlam. We got face v face. Oh, questionable face with Cody Rhodes. We'll get to that. Um, it was great. It was great. I was leaping out my seat. I was popping. I ain't popped at matches for a while. This was great. This was the match we should have got at WrestleMania, but at least they run it back and at least they fixed it. Whew! It's 2:50 a.m. Yesterday's show ended at 2:30. This one ended at 2:50 in the morning. But here we are recording this. We're going to get into the show. Overall, a much better show than last night. And I don't understand why they didn't put at least one of these matches on night one. Because we had, a TLC match, then we had a no DQ match, then we had a steel cage match, then we had another match, then we had another street fight. Like, why couldn't we move at least one of these over? But anyway, this SummerSlam was top heavy. It was night two heavy. Night two was much better, much more solid, and it was topped off by a great main event. So yeah, the first match, we'll get into it. It was Rhea versus Io versus Naomi for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Now it wasn't the triple threat opener we got at WrestleMania night 2. It wasn't Rhea, Io, Bianca. It wasn't a 5-star like that. That was arguably the best women's match I've ever seen. But this was solid. It was solid, and it's Io Sky in the ring, it's Rhea Ripley in the ring. It's always going to be a solid match. So we started off. Naomi came to the ring with her dad playing guitar, which I thought was a great moment for her. Starts the match with the heel leaving the ring, and then Rhea and Io, they were like, you know what, we're not going to fight each other. They both went outside the ring, and they cornered her, and they brought Naomi back in the ring. And then Naomi sort of got the upper hand, and then she was kind of dominating both of them one at a time. Io dominated her, threw her out the ring. Rhea comes in, dominated her. She used some dirty tactics. She was biting someone's hand at one point, classic stuff. And then the match kind of went into a bit more triple threat. It was either one-on-one or triple threat. Everyone's interacting with each other, which is what makes a good triple threat, I think. Io Sky hit a 619 for some reason, but, she can do what she wants. She's one of the best wrestlers in the world, I guess. Naomi hit a split leg moonsault, went for the pin, and then Io went to break it up with her own moonsault, and then Naomi dodged it. And the commentators did great because they were saying how that was a spot that happened at WrestleMania, and Naomi knows everything about Bianca Belair because she's obsessed with Bianca Belair. And I thought that was a great callback, great little bit of storytelling. And the this shows the job of the role of the commentators to tell you and illustrate the story that's being told. And, maybe this is going to lead down to Bianca versus Naomi down the line. That might be the big match. Former tag team champions, former tag team partners, former best friends. So that was good. There was another great spot where I think Rhea was on the apron. Io Sky went through the middle rope and somehow... Oh, no, sorry. Rhea must... Wait, how did this work physically? I don't know. But I think Io went through the middle rope and somehow sunset flipped Rhea Ripley off the apron onto Naomi, who was on the floor on the outside. We got some fighting on the outside, and it ended with Rhea Ripley grabbing Io Sky on the middle rope riptide, bang, that's how she won the title at WrestleMania 39. I was there against Charlotte Flair, and Naomi, after that big spot, grabbed Rhea Ripley by the tights, rolled her up, schoolboy roll up, 1, 2, 3, Naomi steals the win. I thought it was a solid opener. Yesterday's opener was good too, so yeah, both openers, both nights were solid. I was happy with this. Naomi got a good, everyone got a good showing, but Rhea got screwed again, so I guess Rhea's going to get another match for her title. Hopefully they don't drag it out too much. I'm glad they inserted Naomi into this picture because I think it needed a bit more. Rhea and Io, it's been those two since Mania, or before Mania even. So yeah, it's kind of glad they injected someone else in there to mix it up a little bit. That's good because they haven't done that with Becky and Lyra, which I'll get to. Who's just had like 4 one-on-one matches by this point. Next, we had a TLC ladder match, and this match banged. We had the Hardy Boys front row, we had the Dudley Boys front row, and what I didn't realize is this is the 25-year anniversary of TLC 1 at SummerSlam 2000. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, WrestleMania 16 wasn't technically a TLC match. That was actually a triangle ladder match, I think, technically. Although they used tables and chairs too. This match was full of spots. I was wondering how they're going to get 12 people and make this work. And funny enough, they somehow made it work with 17 people, because you had Nikki Cross coming at one point, you had B-Fab coming at one point, you had Candice LeRae coming at one point, you had Uncle Howdy coming at one point, you had Eric Rowan coming. So it was 17, I think that makes 17 people who are, involved in this match at one point or another. So yeah, this was between Profits, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, Fraxium, Andrade and Ray, I don't think they have a tag name yet, and the Wyatt Six. So it started off with everyone sort of diving through the middle rope to the outside. You got to clear the ring a little bit, set up the ladders, have some one-on-ones or 2v2s in the ring. You can't have, as I said, 12 people in the ring at the same time, because that will get messy. So they cleared the ring. There were some great spots here. Like it's sort of built and built and built to like some massive spots at the end. But we had Profits double back body drop. I think it was Joe Gacy onto a ladder that was leaning on the ropes, and they missed completely, and then someone just threw him back in the ring and they did it again, and this time it hit. We had a nice spot with Andrade popping Rey Fenix onto his shoulders, almost like a pop-up powerbomb, but Rey Fenix stood on him and almost tried to grab the belt, which would have been great if they won it that way, but it was too early into the match. But that was a cool spot. We had Motor City Machine Guns hit a reverse STO onto a chair, while the person was getting missile drop kicked into his back. We had, a crazy spot where all four teams, or a member from each team, jumped off the turnbuckle to the outside, normally through a table. I think we had a frog splash through a table. We had like a leg drop through a table. Someone else did something else through a table. Then the last one, Rey Fenix, I think got Dawkins and hit a Spanish fly off the turnbuckle through the table on the outside. It was insane. Like, how was one of these matches not on night one? But yeah, it was a top heavy. That was great. And then I thought the biggest spot, the best spot of the night, this made me pop, this made me go, ew. This made me wince in pain. But when Candice LeRae came to help her DIY, her husband and his partner at DIY, she climbed the ladder and tried to grab the titles for them. Johnny Gargano was holding the ladder for her. Tommaso Ciampa was kind of like defending the ring from any intruders. And then Montez Ford fly kicked, or, martial arts kicked Tommaso Ciampa in the face, who fell into Johnny Gargano, who then pushed the ladder with Candice LeRae on the top, who fell to the outside of the ring through a ladder. That was insane spot for Candice to take. Respect that. I don't think I've ever seen a woman go off a ladder through a ladder. So, respect. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. That was huge. Great moment. I think Rowan got involved. There was another spot where they tried to recreate the WrestleMania 17 Edge spear while Ciampa was hanging from the title belts. Fraser went for a spear, and then Ciampa did like the Shawn Michaels core strength, where he like basically flipped upside down while still holding onto the belts hanging above the ring. And Fraser just completely missed him. That was great. And then he missed him completely. He somehow got up. I think he went for a moonsault, and then bang, super kick from Johnny Gargano, like mid-air, like Ricochet v Johnny Gargano. No, it was Ricochet versus Aleister Black, I think. It was Gargano at NXT, Black and Gold. That was nice. Also, during all of this, Wyatt Six were just knocked out the entire match after the turnbuckles from every corner spot. And then they showed up right at Uncle Howdy showed up, threw some people off ladders, through tables as well. And then finally, the Wyatt Six woke up, and then they got up the ladders, and they have retained. But this was great. I mean, it was going to be a spot fest because there's 12 teams, but I'm glad the SmackDown division got their pay-per-view match, finally. When's the last time they had one? What was it, Rumble? 2 out of 3 Falls tag match. Might have been the Rumble. They obviously missed out on WrestleMania. Yeah, it's good. They got everyone involved, everyone got their moment, and everyone made some memorable moments. But yeah, that was great all round. Great all round. Next, now we have Becky and Lyra for, I think, the 3rd or 4th time one-on-one. I feel like they had 3 pay-per-views. This is the 3rd, and I feel like they did it once on Raw. I might be wrong, but it's at least 3. And then I'm sure they had the triple threat match with, yeah, because Backlash, Money in the Bank, maybe on Raw. They had a triple threat with Bayley at some point, and now this. This match was good. This match was okay. I like this match, but it was very difficult to follow the TLC match. So this is why I thought one of these matches should go on the first night. Very difficult to follow that, especially when it's also no DQ. And also Lyra, for some reason, is the most OP woman on the roster. She got the Super Cena treatment. She got the Jacob Fatu treatment. She got the, I don't even know, the Fiend treatment. Like, she just survived everything. This match was good. It went on for a bit too long, but Lyra is just, Rey Skywalker, Mary Sue, just like, she survived everything. They were like, also, Becky Lynch came out to her entrance, and she's been Death Rebelled. Her song sucks. Her old song was amazing. Like, she could have taken that. She could have been one of those wrestlers who have a song for their entire career. Like, like Jericho, like Mark Henry, that certain songs, they just bang too much. But apparently she had to get Death Rebelled, and now it obviously starts with a vocal of her saying the man has come around because they can't think of any unique sounds. So they just always slap someone's vocals in there, which is cringe and it's not creative. But yeah, they this match started quite hardcore. They just went straight into the kendo sticks, the crowbars. Lyra was laying it in with the crowbar until Becky sort of got the upper hand with the kendo, and it was all Becky for about 10-15 minutes straight. And it wasn't just all Becky. Becky laid in with her with a kendo stick. She dropped her, hoarded her into a chair. She beat her up with a toolbox. She then zip-tied Lyra, and this is where it gets bad, because Lyra had her hands tied with a zip tie. She got beaten non-stop with a wrench. She got the Cena Orton spot from I Quit match in 2009, Breaking Point, where Lyra was... Also, she could have got out of this, so it looked a bit silly. But she was zip-tied to the turnbuckle, hanging from the outside, while Becky had a kendo stick and just laid into her ribs. And then when she took her off, it just wasn't very difficult. So Lyra could have just stepped up the steel steps and just got off herself, but apparently she didn't want to. Or kayfabe, let's just say she was so tired she didn't think to do it. Or so beat up she didn't think to do it. Let's go with kayfabe. She also she just survived way too much. And throughout all this, she's kicking out. Becky went for a manhandle slam. It got reversed, because Lyra kind of got her arms around her while zip-tied and then just started to headbutt her, belly to belly, got her down. Becky got up, and then, Lyra's, she's got her hands tied, she's going for some nice kicks, roundhouse kicks, did, I don't know, spinning one as well, span backwards, I don't know, what, is it inverse roundhouse kick maybe? That was good. I think Lyra got sent to the... she moonsaulted her, and moonsaulted with the zip ties was quite cool. Moonsaulted with the hands tied was quite cool. I think they ended up outside the ring, and yeah, Lyra used a fire extinguisher on Becky from under the ring, and then Lyra sort of hid under the ring for a bit, and then magically came out with her hands untied. So kayfabe, let's just suspend our disbelief, and let's hope she found a pair of scissors underneath the ring, as opposed to... There's a referee under the ring who cut her zip tie for her, because they should have done that on camera, but I'm sure they could have wrote something. She could have just asked her. I don't know. They should have done that on camera. I don't know how the zip tie played such a big part into the match, and then she just disappeared under the ring and then came up with her hands untied again. That should have been a big moment in the match, but oh well. Big moment in the match, and then babyface fire up, something like that should have happened. And despite all this, Lyra Valkyria, she got sent into an exposed turnbuckle. Bear in mind, like, these things I understand it's a no DQ match and everyone gets, like, a buff because of that. Because any of these things in a normal match would knock you out cold and you're down for the 3 count. Considering all the damage she's already taken with her hands tied, she then went into an exposed turnbuckle and took a manhandle slam through 2 chairs and still kicked out. Why? How are you booking her this strong? I think at Money in the Bank she kicked out of, like, 3 manhandle slams as well. They've spilled out into the outside of the ring again, and Bayley comes out, which was expected, and she did not turn heel. Becky tried to convince her to hit Lyra with a spanner. She attacked Becky Lynch instead. She's like, you took everything from me, you took WrestleMania from me, attacked her instead. Which makes sense for now. Triple H drags everything out. And then towards the end of the match, Bayley hit Lyra by accident. I think she was on the apron. And then Becky hit another manhandle slam and finally won the match. Now, the issue I have with this is that once again, we didn't get a definitive win in this feud. Like, I think one of this, what's it called? Stipulations for this match was that if Lyra loses, she can't challenge Becky for the IC title again. Thank God, because this is, like I was saying earlier, Rhea and Io got Naomi involved and it mixed it up a bit. Cena and Cody, this is obviously a rematch, but in between that, Cody took some time off. Cody had King of the Ring. Cody, did he feud with someone else? No, I think it was just King of the Ring, wasn't it? I think, he had a tag match with Jay and Cena and Logan, I guess. Cena's feuded with Orton. Cena's feuded with R-Truth. Cena's feuded with CM Punk. And now they've come back. Lyra and Becky have been going at it one-on-one since WrestleMania. The promos every week on Raw, every pay-per-view, Bayley's involved, but it's still Lyra v Becky one-on-one most of the time. So it's... And the fact that it wasn't definitive and Lyra kind of, got hit by Bayley and then lost. Now I feel like this feud is not over when it should have been over here. But either way, the women's IC title has been elevated. So that's good. I think Lyra's been elevated. That's good. I don't know why she's being super Lyra Valkyria, but yeah, that is my problem with this match. Overall, though, it was solid, and this could have done on night one. I have no idea why they didn't. This would have been a great time to swap this and maybe the women's tag match or maybe the celebrity tag match, because it would have been a nice spot in between, the TLC match and the steel cage match, which we'll get to, for one of those tag matches. And night one needed a buff because the undercard in night one was terrible. Next, we have the cage match between Jacob Fatu and Solo. This was, I think, the weakest, maybe the IC title match as well. This is probably the weakest match of the night because it was so predictable. Nothing really happened. It was very predictable. I don't know what to say. It was a standard bloodline match. It's a cage. The stipulation of a cage is that, oh my God, no one can get in. They're locked in with each other. No one else can get in. How is this gonna... Bro, bloodline got involved, man. It's a bloodline match. Doesn't matter if they're in a cage. Doesn't matter if they're in Hell in a Cell. Doesn't matter if they're in Peru, bruv. The bloodline will show up somehow. Doesn't matter if they're in Wembley Stadium, London, England, an alleyway. The bloodline will be there. So, Jacob, I think there's not much to say about this match, to be honest. Jacob Fatu was no-selling the cage at some points. Solo kicked out of a double moonsault. That was probably the biggest moment of the match, because Wade Barrett pointed out that no one's kicked out of the normal moonsault, let alone two. So, yeah, I was not expecting Solo to kick out of that, but it was very early in the match, so I did think, maybe he is. It's a pay-per-view, it's SummerSlam. The match hasn't gone on long enough. Maybe he'll kick out, and he did. Bloodline came out, obviously. Jimmy came out, obviously. Super kicked everyone, and then he ate a big boot from Tanga. What the hell's his name? They all sound the same. Talatonga? Is that his name? The tall one. Talatonga. Yeah, he ate a big boot from him. Throughout all this, by the way, Solo keeps trying to escape through the door because he's scared of Jacob and he just wants a quick win, which is kind of funny. Solo's generally very funny. I got tickets. Generally very funny. So he was doing that. He was doing Jacob's taunt. He was just making funny facial expressions throughout the match. But yeah, Solo tried to get out. Jacob shut the door and Jacob ate a Samoan spike. He kicked out. And then there was a point where, and the cameras missed it again. Jacob was on the top rope. Talat and, the Bloodlines literally entering the cage. So much for, they're locked in with each other, no one can get involved. They literally got into the cage. JC and Tangaloa, the GOAT. Solo's on the top rope, and then Tala Tonga, sat on the cage, has now handcuffed Jacob to the steel cage. And Michael Cole saying, this is brilliant. Or Wade Barrett saying, this is brilliant. Jacob broke out of the handcuffs, and the camera missed it. So once again, a massive moment in the match. Could have got a massive pop. The camera just missed it. What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on now, that's twice now. Are you not communicating with the camera work? Don't you have a 7-second delay? Like, how did the cameras miss that? Anyway, I mean, actually, no, I guess, I don't know. I don't know how they missed that. Like, I guess you can't have a 7-second delay for the cameras in the arena, so maybe that would affect the pop. But at least on TV, you could have fixed it, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that was annoying. That was off camera. Solo kept trying to escape through the door, and then this ended with Solo trying to escape through the door. Jacob's going to holding on to him. Tala Tonga big booted the steel cage door, smashed it into Jacob's face, and then Solo like fell out the cage or crawled out the cage and fell to the floor. And Solo wins. And what happened after this match was even more stupid, because Jimmy, I think, super kicked one of them and threw them in the ring and shut the door on them. Jacob Fatu then beats them both up. This is a post-match. This is post-match. Jacob Fatu beats them both up, then climbs to the top rope. Then he says, nah. Then he climbs to the top of the cage and hits a moonsault off the top of the steel cage. Why didn't we do this spot during the match? Why? That would have been easily the biggest match, the biggest spot of the match, the biggest moment of the match, would have instantly, made the match, elevated the replayability of the match. I just don't understand why that would happen after the match. Like, Jacob getting his heat back, I guess. But he has that anyway. It was like 4v1. It was just so silly. Like, why would you not do that during the match? I don't understand. Don't understand the logic. And then Jacob Fatu's music started playing as if he didn't just lose the US title. Like, he didn't win. He beat up a couple guys. He jumped off the cage, but he still lost the title match. Come on, man. Don't annoy me. But yeah, that was just very, you could have threw that on night one. That still would have been better than the whole night one undercard, and nothing much really happened. But yeah, it is what it is. Next, we had the IC title match versus Dom and AJ. This is, the commentators reminded us that it's been 20 years exactly, because it happened at SummerSlam 2005, the custody of Dominik match between Eddie and Rey Mysterio. Who's your papi? I'm your papi. And I can't believe it's been 20 years, because that's one of the earliest matches I remember. So that's insane. Dom came out in a dark blue attire, sort of dark blue, which was kind of the same colour that Rey was wearing that night. AJ Styles came out in a lowrider, which was, obviously Eddie Guerrero, and his tights were literally not even inspired by. They were basically Eddie Guerrero's tights. They had the whole Latino heat on them. I think they said Styles on the back. They look great. This is probably one of Dominik's better singles matches, and it's with AJ Styles. Don't think they had much time. I haven't checked how long this match was, but with the time they were given, I think it was solid. We had a nice spot with, Dominik reversing a frog splash that AJ Styles tried. Maybe the gear got to his head a little bit. He hit a 619, then Dom went for a frog splash, then AJ reversed it, put him in the calf crusher. Didn't get the win. He got a rope break. Dom took off. This is where, like, the Eddie Guerrero, like his real dad, not his deadbeat dad, his real dad, started influencing Dirty Dom. He took off the turnbuckle, and while off, Dom went to grab a chair. While the referee was trying to fix the exposed turnbuckle, Dominik smashed the chair onto the floor, and he took a back bump. So waiting for the referee to turn around and DQ AJ Styles. That is not what happened, because AJ Styles has seen this before. AJ Styles has been in the business for just as long, or just a little bit longer, than Dominik Mysterio has. So AJ Styles folds the chair, or like unfolds the chair, puts it on his neck, and then he takes a back bump. Both of the men are down. The ref turns around. He doesn't know who to DQ. And then they both get up like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He cheated. They're both talking to each other. AJ's like, what do you think I'm going to do? So yeah, they start fighting again. AJ gets him in a calf crusher. Dominik again uses influence from his father from WrestleMania 20, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle. The boot comes off. The Dominik Mysterio's boot comes off during the calf crusher. AJ Styles hits the ref by accident. Dominik grabs his boot, smashes AJ in the face with it, and then he hits a frog splash. 1, 2, 3, and Dom is your intercontinental champion. I thought this was solid. Dom came out looking better, and I just don't understand why Dom hasn't been defending the IC title. I don't think the injury was real, right? That was just like a take the piss storyline. I don't understand. Like, matches give people aura, and it gives people a reason to care about the character, about their title reign, about everything. So why have they not had Dominik Mysterio wrestle? So strange, because he wrestled at SummerSlam and it worked. So I don't know why they haven't been doing this. Please continue. Please don't let him next wrestle at Survivor Series War Games. Have him. He's he's a singles champion. Have him wrestle. It's not that hard. Have him wrestle. Have him cheat. It doesn't matter. He's Dirty Dom, bro. He's son of Eddie Guerrero. He can cheat all his want. Like this could become a thing. Like why do Triple H's WWE, the champions and stars, don't wrestle? It's very strange. And next we have the main event. This main event was insane. I was so gassed about this main event. I thought the storytelling was beautiful. I think it would have been topped off beautifully with a Cody Rhodes heel turn. Unfortunately, we didn't get that because the things that were happening in this match, like it would have been like a perfect arc if Cody turned heel by the end of this match, or in order to win this match, or after the match. For some reason, he didn't. But what the things he did during this match really made me think he would. But even despite that, it was still great. Cody didn't turn heel. Spoiler, he did not turn heel. But this match banged. It was Cena's best match in a long time. Very long time. Possibly 2017. Cena's best match since his return. I think that was his first match. Singles match since the last run, isn't it? Because he wrestled at the Rumble. He wrestled at Elimination Chamber. And then he turned heel. So this is the first match. Yes. So Cena came out. He came out to his black and white entrance, and then just before he came out, the Titantron changed. It changed to his usual video, and Cena came out full babyface. Now, we just have to talk very quickly about why. This is now confirmed. Cena did not pretend to be a babyface and still be a heel. He just turned face randomly on that promo on SmackDown. So that's a joke in itself. Why couldn't he have why couldn't he just turn face during this match? Why? He should have like dug deep. He could have been getting battered during this match, dug deep, and hit the 5 moves of doom full speed. Like, it would have been insane. Why would it, after 5 months, after the biggest heel turn of all time, he just turned face in a random promo on SmackDown? What? It's confirmed now. That is literally what they did. Complete pivot, but forget it, because I feel like at this point you got to enjoy WWE. The only way to enjoy it is by ignoring the storylines. You just got to enjoy the moments, because the Seth Rollins moment was fantastic. It makes no sense, but it was fantastic as an isolated moment. But if you put in everything that happened the months before that, it doesn't make any sense, which is really bad, because that kind of booking encourages you to only watch the pay-per-views or only watch the big matches and not watch the weekly televised events, which the viewership shows. So ignoring the fact that Cena just randomly turned babyface on SmackDown, let's just go into it. It's face v face. Babyface Cena's back. This is the match we should have got at WrestleMania. Cody was getting booed during the intros. Cody looked a little bit sus of Cena at the beginning, but Cena hugged him, and it was the same camera shot, the same hug we got at the Elimination Chamber, but this time there was no low blow. There was no evil face. And they just started punching each other, like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens styles, just fight forever, punching each other in the head. We got some, and we basically went straight into the street fight. Cena got some crutches from an NBA player. Cena went for, an FU onto the steps. Cody reversed it, body slammed Cena onto the steps. There was a nice spot at the beginning where Cody was on the outside. Cena grabbed the steel steps. I remember this happening at WrestleMania 30 with Bray Wyatt, and I think Bray Wyatt dodged. And I was expecting Cody to dodge. But no, Cena threw the steps from the ring to the outside, and it literally just hit Cody, and he took the bump. So, I was surprised. Cody started selling his arm. I think they traded chair shots for a bit. I think Cody was laying into Cena. Cena might have got some reversals in. And then ladies and gentlemen, we finally had it. A full speed 5 moves of doom. We got the shoulder block. We got the shoulder block. We got the duck punch. We got the protoplex. We got the 5 knuckle shuffle. We got the FU. And then a kick out from Cody Rhodes. Then we had a bit more of Cody Rhodes going and putting in the work on John Cena. He hit a couple disaster kicks. He hit a top rope Cody cutter. And then this is the moment when I was like, oh my God, it's about to happen. This is like Cody's descent into madness. CM Punk's been telling him that title corrupts you. I think Randy Orton's told him that's a lot of pressure. I think CM Punk's told Cena, that title's a lot of pressure. We've seen CM Punk turn heel with the title. We've seen John Cena turn heel for the title. We've seen loads of people turn heel because of championships. We've seen Seth Rollins turn heel in his pursuit for a title. That man has lost his mind and has become the biggest hypocrite in the WWE for a world title. So I thought this is where we start to see Cody begin to turn, because what Cody did next is he picked up John Cena. John Cena was, in a powerbomb position. Cody picked him up. He didn't pick him up all the way for a powerbomb. He held him there. And this man hit a power driver on Cena. He hit a power driver on John Cena. Now, if you think, okay, I know earlier I said you need to forget the storylines from before because WWE doesn't pay attention to their own storylines. But I do. I watch every week. If you think about everything he went through with Kevin Owens power drived his best friend, and Cody thought it was the most despicable act in the world. Because Randy Orton, who's had back surgery, who's had neck surgery, who was out of action for months, his best friend, he was talking about how he saw his best friend in so much pain and his family and how he felt like he was the reason for it. He was saying all this stuff. And then he hit a power driver on John Cena after all that. I know it's a street fight. I know it's no DQ, but Cody wouldn't do that. That's why I thought this is going to be the descent into his madness. He needs that title. It's getting to him. All the pain is getting to him. The betrayals, the Cena betrayal, the Kevin Owens betrayal, the Brock Lesnar betrayal. Like, all these betrayals are getting to him. All of his friends. He's alone. It's getting to his head. He hit a power driver on Cena and Cena kicked out. Cena kicked out, but he was damaged. Like, he was down for a while after that. Cody started having quite a conflicted look on his face. The fans were chanting, "You can't use that," which I thought was funny. I think Cena managed to, find some adrenaline in his soul, and he picked him up, FU'd him, and they were both down. Then they went into the, there was a trading blows point, spot, and they went, like the yay, boo, Cody was getting booed, obviously. Cody then hit a pop-up powerbomb, Kevin Owens style. I think he hit a sit-out powerbomb. Kevin Owens doesn't sit out when he does it, but Cody hit a pop-up powerbomb. Now, Cody does, sometimes inherit some moves from his great rivals, so I think that falls into that category. But the fact that he did a power driver before that, it still was kind of, he's moving like a heel now, So I don't know, it all felt a bit sus to me. Cody looked, and throughout this match, Cody was conflicted. It's like every time he was doing something insane to Cena, he felt bad about it. He felt like he didn't want to do it. Because obviously at WrestleMania, he lost the title because he didn't hit him with the title. He didn't have it in him. So I think that was very clearly on his mind the whole time. He's like, no, this time I have to do it to win the title. Cena put Cody Rhodes in an STFU. That was great. I think Cody got out. He kind of choked Cena on the ropes a little bit. Cena hit him with the mic, which sounded great. It echoed throughout the arena. Cena whipped out all the classic moves. He hit a code red on the outside. That was a great spot. It was like, I did not think Cena had that in him anymore. Then Cena, this is still on the outside. Cena picked up Cody, FU, off of a table, through the other table. This main event, just had spots. It had kickouts, it had drama, it had a story. That was great. It was great. And as Cena got him back in the ring, he hit the leg drop from the top rope. Was it middle rope? I haven't seen Cena do that in years. He was going up all the starts, man. He was really here to give the fans a show. He was restricted because he was a heel at WrestleMania. He's been restricted because he's been a heel since. He's come out as a babyface. I reckon he went to the creative and he went, listen, I don't want to have this heel match anymore. I've got 4 months left. This is a failed experiment. Just turn me face, and I'm going to give the fans a show. That's what Cena did, man. That's the GOAT right there. He came out, he showed up, he was hitting leg drops, code reds, FUs, STFUs, weapons. Come on, man. Cena tried to FU Cody through a table. Cody flipped it out the way so it didn't work. They started fighting in the crowd. I think Cena took the suplex. Cena took a suplex onto a fence. The fence was leaned against something. Cena took a suplex onto he don't need to be doing all this. You know what I mean? He's part-timer, he's a movie star now, but he was out there taking all the spots necessary. He really went for it. He wore that title with pride tonight. He was fighting for everyone tonight. It was fantastic. Then the fight went under the stage, under the entrance stage. And then the cameras didn't follow them in. They didn't have enough cameras to follow them in. And then all you see is Cody, like, almost lifeless on Cena's shoulders, coming up the Cody Vader that Cody used for his entrance, which I thought was pretty cool. And then Cena basically, he just walked down a bit and he just FU'd Cody straight onto the concrete entrance ramp. That was a dirty spot. Cody didn't even land flat on his back. That looked painful. He landed on his side, like a little bit of scoliosis. Didn't look good, but this match was hardcore. This was a street fight. This is what I want from a street fight. And then Cena, the strength, he got that, that old man, the dad strength. He had Cody on his shoulders, and Cody's like, he's still a big guy, 100 kilos, 90 kilos. And he had him on his shoulders. No, he can't be 90, he's got to be like 100. Had him on his shoulders, and just farmers carried him all the way. Like, that entrance ramp was long, and he carried him, because I've done that in wrestling school. It's that stuff hurts, man. That stuff hurts. And he did that to a heavier guy for like that long, threw him into the ring, and then you could tell he was a bit gassed, and then the crowd was cheering him. He got in, and this was a weird spot in the match, and Cody just kind of no-sold, the FU on the entrance, on the concrete entrance ramp. He just got up and crossroads him. It was so weird. Yeah, he got up, put him through a table, and crossroads him, which was a bit odd. Cena kicked out. It was insane. This is where the match started to like crescendo into the end. Cody was starting to lose his mind. He was starting to lose his mind. Cody takes off the turnbuckle, like the bottom turnbuckle, and I don't mean like exposes the turnbuckle. I mean he takes it off. Like the turnbuckle is in his hand. The pole that the turnbuckle is used to hold into the post is in his hand. It's effectively a metal rod, and he basically ran into Cena and smashed him in the face with it. And then he looked conflicted. And then Cena kept getting up, and then Cody was like, "Nah, man." He was telling the ref, like, "Stop this, man. Can't you do anything?" And he was like, "Nah, Cena, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't get up." Cena got up, bang, in the face again. I think he did it a third time. And then somehow Cena put Cody in an STF with the bottom rope, because obviously that turnbuckle had come off. The ropes were attached to it. Cena STF'd him with the rope attached. It was choking Cody out. Cody reversed it, and then I think Cena reversed it again, and it ended with a triple crossroads. A triple crossroads. This is the move that beat Brock Lesnar. This is the move that ended the 4-year title reign of Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. He hit a triple crossroads, and then Super Cena kicked out at 2. Super Cena kicked out. The crowd was chanting, "Super Cena. Super Cena." And then Cody was like, no, what do I do? I can't believe this. He was so conflicted. He felt like that is the biggest move in his arsenal, and Cena kicked out. And as CM Punk has said it before, that title corrupts you. And I was so sure, like, if Cody turned heel here, it was beautiful. Like, the whole arc throughout this match was just, he was hitting him and hitting him and hitting him. And, like, it escalated every time, he felt worse and worse every time, but every time he got more and more violent. He's now just hit him with the move that has never failed him. He finished the story with that move. And now he went and got the title. He went and got the title because that's how he lost at WrestleMania. That's the title he got hit at Elimination Chamber. That's the title he should have hit Cena with, arguably, at WrestleMania. And he would have never lost that title. So he picked up the title. And then while Cena was down, he was in the corner looking at Cena, and he was telling himself, he was like, "It's okay. Come on. It's okay." He's so conflicted. He was telling himself, "It's okay." Not telling Cena. He was talking to himself. The cameras caught it. He was like, "It's okay. It's okay." And he's picking up the title, tells himself it's okay, runs at Cena. Cena picks him up. F you. He picks him up again. F you. Then Cena's like, nah. He threw the title away. He's like, nah, I'm not doing that. So he has turned babyface. It's confirmed. He just did it on a promo on SmackDown, but forget about it. I was gassed during this match, so just forget that happened. Forget the last 5 months happened. Two FUs. He threw the title away. He said, nah, we're not doing it like that. He picks up Cody. Middle rope FU. So that's 2 FUs, a super FU, and then 1, 2. Cody kicked out. Cody Rhodes kicked out of 2 FUs and a super middle rope FU after all the punishment he's taken. He's taken an FU for a table. He's taken an FU on the concrete. He's taken an FU like on just a normal one. Super Cody v Super Cena. This is the match we should have got at WrestleMania, man. And then this sort of I forgot how, but Cody was kind of got the upper hand again. He hit this, set up a table. He hit this weird, like, oh no, Cena was gonna FU Cody from the middle rope through a table. He was like, okay, screw it, I'm gonna end it now. Cody reversed him and did like this weird Cody cutter off the rope. It was basically not a Cody cutter because he didn't springboard. So it's more like an RKO off the top rope through the table. But I don't think Cody got to rotate his body quick enough. So it ended up being more like a bulldog. But he did that, bang, through the table. Then Cena got up. Cody looked at him. He gave him the salute. He gave him the chain gang salute. He grabbed him, hit another crossroads. 1, 2, 3. And the salute looked... Oh, and Cody is the new world champion. The salute looked very heelish again, because it's kind of like taunting him, but I guess it's kind of like WWE's probably going to go with the word respect. This felt very heelish to me, and I was so certain that after the match, they were going to hug, and I was hoping that the same way Cena hugged Cody at Elimination Chamber, Cody was going to hug Cena and hit him with the low blow. That's not what happened. They shook hands, they hugged, Cena handed him the title. Michael Cole described it as a passing of the torch moment. And the second Michael Cole said that, I was like, okay, Fez, that's it. He's not turning heel. But yeah, I think we've gone with the passing the torch moment. I mean, if the aim of this run was to pass the torch, I guess it makes sense for Cody to win a title off Cena. Because you can't really pass a torch if Cody is the champion and then Cody as the champion beated Cena at WrestleMania. I get if the idea was to pass the torch, then fair. But how many torches does Cody Rhodes need? Roman Reigns passed him the torch. Brock Lesnar passed him the torch. The Rock passed him the torch. How many more torches does this guy need? This year should have been Cena on the chase. So that's why I was also hoping that if Cody turned heel now after the great arc he had in that match, we have 4 months of Cena now turned to the light side and is on the chase. Not just against anyone, against a new heel, the biggest heel in the company, one of the biggest heel turns, of the decade, of the 2000s. It would have been, it would have been great. Well, they didn't go for it. They just don't want to turn Cody heel. I don't know if they ever will. But yeah. And the thing is, I know the argument is, who's going to be the top babyface? John Cena. Okay, after he leaves. It doesn't matter because Roman was the top heel and he didn't really have a top babyface until Cody showed up. So it was fine. It'd be fine. If you book the heel right, it's fine. Because wrestling can be cool. And you don't necessarily always need a white meat babyface. Roman Reigns proved that. But yeah, that's what happened. Cody's your new champ. He didn't turn heel. Match was fantastic. No complaints. And then Cena's left in the ring. And the fans are chanting, "Thank you, Cena." Cena's looking at the camera, he's looking at the fans, he's saying, "No, thank you." He's saying, "We've got 4 months left, and time's up." It looks like the show's about to end. And then all you hear is Brock Lesnar's music hits. And this was the most unexpected thing I could have imagined. I did not expect it. Weren't the final boss, because you know what? Just my friend was telling me, it's like, the final boss is going to show up. I was like, stop thinking about the final boss, because I wasted the whole of 2024 expecting him to show up, and he didn't. And he showed up at Elimination Chamber 25, and he messed everything up. So I was glad it was Brock Lesnar. I was so gassed to see him back. I don't think we've seen him since SummerSlam 2023, when Cody beat him. So Brock Lesnar came out. It was a massive pop. Great to see him back. And then it was on site, bro. The way he was staring at Cena, you just knew from the entrance ramp, this man wasn't here to shake no one's hand. This man wasn't here to hug no one. It was on site. He showed up. He came. He took his hat off. He took his jacket off. He went into the ring and he F5 John Cena. So yeah, I don't know. Listen, I don't know what's left of this Cena run, but we just gotta enjoy it, man. I wanted to see a babyface Cena chasing a monster heel for the title, because we want to see Cena on the chase. But, if we're just going to run back Cena Lesnar, screw it, man. Let's just have fun. Let's just enjoy the last 4 months of the GOAT and see how it goes, man. SummerSlam, Night 2 main event. That was fantastic. Thank you, John Cena.